Welcome to the Hannahcast. My name is Christian Hannah. This is probably our biggest installment of the Hannahcast yet, and today I am joined by Raphael.
That me, it's your boy.
Yes, it is that boy. Man, this is a really big week. But, however, before we go into the topics right now, I do want to let you guys know that on the Christian Hannah Patreon, I've put up quite a few new perks. There is the classic one, which is $1 per month, and you get to have your name in my videos, like how you saw in the beginning of this video. And for $5, if you do $5 per month, you can get the Hannahcast audio only versions, because, you know, if you're exercising or, you know, you're going to work or something, I don't know, and you want to listen to it, but you can't really use the YouTube app on your phone, because, I mean, when you close out of it, then, you know, it's like, you know, the thing turns off. Well, like I said,
unless you're one of those barons or kings that has YouTube Red.
Oh yes,
whatever it is.
Oh no, it's not YouTube Red. It's YouTube Premium, which I'm at least glad they changed it from YouTube Red, because that was not a good name choice in my opinion.
I mean, I'll agree, but yeah, unless you're one of those filthy rich CEOs that has YouTube Premium,
yes,
might interest you.
Man, yeah, but like I said, if you only care about the Hannahcast, which there's a very little chance you do, because you're probably watching a bunch of other YouTubers other than me right now. Like I said, for $5 a month, you can get the Hannahcast audio only versions, and as of now, all the previous episodes of the Hannahcast, including this episode of the Hannahcast, are on Patreon, but it's audio only. So hey, there's that. And for $15 a month, and this was actually Raphael's idea, we're going to start doing this thing called the Hannahcast After Show, where we basically just talk about random shit and just, I mean, who knows what, I mean, literally, we could talk about literally anything. Hell, we might even get political. We've only got one more year till the presidential election, so that's going to be fun.
Can't wait, bro. Trump 2020, am I right?
I was hoping
more like Trump 2030. Trump president for life. TBH.
I thought the after show was where we get political.
You're right, bro. I'll save it for that.
Oh, what a great way to start the podcast. Getting political already. We've probably already alienated half of our audience.
At least, baby. You know you're not doing a good job if you're not doing that.
Yeah, that is true. But regardless, we're going to talk about the movie stuff now. Okay, we're going to talk about the movie stuff. But like I said, like I said, you know, there's three tiers on my Patreon. $1 a month, you get to have your name in my videos. For $5 a month, you get to have your name in my videos and the audio-only version of the Hannahcast. And for $15 a month, you get to have your name in my videos. You get to have the audio-only version of the Hannahcast, and you get the Hannahcast After Show, where me and Raphael just talk about random shit. And like I said, you never know which episode what we'll talk about in each episode. That's gonna be fun, isn't it?
In my opinion, yes.
Yes. So, right now we're going to get to the topics. And our first topic is one of my most anticipated movies of the year is Joker. I always thought this is a really cool idea for a movie, just a standalone Joker movie, not tied to any universes. I mean, I love cinematic universes, I do, but I do like a little bit of diversity. And when they announced that they're going to be doing a Joker movie, and they announced that Joaquin Phoenix was going to be in it, I got excited. When they released the first teaser trailer, I thought it was probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen from DC, and they make great trailers, so that's saying something. And this week, they've released a new trailer, which is their final trailer, and man, this is, I don't think this is as amazing as that teaser trailer, but this is still really solid. What do you think of this trailer?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I still think that my favorite Joker trailer is going to be that teaser trailer, just because of the music.
Oh, yeah.
the camera work. It's all there.
Oh,
I don't think this trailer really takes anything away from that, and I don't think it's one of those trailers where it's spoiling the movie or whatever. I thought they did a great job. They sort of expanded on some of the shots that they showed us in the teaser trailer, and gave us some more Joker before the Joker movie, which is, in my opinion, never a bad thing. It definitely got me more excited for the Joker movie, which I think is going to be something to see for sure. But yeah.
yeah, like this really gave a lot of insight to the Joker. Like one of my favorite shots in the entire trailer was like you see him doing this little laugh, like
Yeah.
and then when he stops, he just like his face just goes blank. It's just like it's like a fake laugh or something. Like I don't know what it was, but for some reason that just freaked me out. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, they've really done. Joaquin Phoenix has really done a good job of portraying an absolute psychopath.
I mean, we haven't seen the movie, but
In the trailers.
Yeah, in the trailers, yeah. It looks like he's gonna do that. And although one thing I will say is that when I think Todd Phillips said he wasn't gonna take any inspirations from the comics and put them in this movie, I'm not gonna lie. This does not affect the movie itself really, but I don't really believe that because like when I'm watching the trailer, I can already see a couple of influences. Like, he just... Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Alright. But like I can already see a couple of comic influences. Like, he's a stand-up comedian, like in The Killing Joke. And and also, he's going out into a talk show, sort of like The Dark Knight Returns, which makes me really wonder where that scene's gonna go. So... Yeah, so, like, I don't really buy Todd Phillips's claims that this isn't going to have any influences from the comics. I clearly, it is taking a couple of inspirations. Again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I can just so clearly tell that those scenes are inspired by, man. And the cast of this thing, like, again, you have Joaquin Phoenix, you have Zazie Beetz, you have Robert De Niro, which I never thought I would see in a comic book movie. And apparently... Warner Brothers is even treating this like an actual Oscar movie because they're taking this to like the Telluride Film Festival, the Toronto International Film Festival. Like they're really going hardcore on this film.
Yeah, and I'm pretty happy about that. It really it sort of it to me at least says that the film's going to be at least good. Obviously you can't say anything until it comes out, but they got a lot of faith in this, and I think that that's definitely a good thing when you see a studio putting so much time, effort, and exposure into one of their projects.
Yeah, and apparently this Joker movie is also going to be rated R.
And I'm pumped about that, dude.
I mean, this makes me really wonder where this is going to go. Actually, didn't you actually tell me that one scene where like the Joker's dancing down the stairs? Didn't you say when you were in New York, you actually saw those stairs or whatever?
I actually do believe, and I could be wrong about this, but I lived in the Bronx, close to 144th and Van Cortlandt, and there were some stairs that you had to take to get to the subway that looked pretty much spot on to the stairs that were in those scenes. I first noticed it in the teaser, and then getting a better look at it now in this final trailer where they sort of had a longer shot of those stairs. I do legitimately think that was the location that they used to shoot that scene.
Yeah, and actually the official poster for this movie actually has that thing where he's dancing down the stairs as well. And when you said subway, I think that actually might be the stairs because we've seen in the trailers there are scenes that take place in a subway. Yeah,
that's another thing that sort of made me. I also had that idea when I was seeing those scenes with the trains and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, like guys, if you have not seen the new trailer for Joker, go see it. I still think the teaser trailer was a little bit better because I love like the cutting of those scenes along with the music.
Yeah. Yep.
But this trailer is again really solid, and it really lets us see like what kind of movie this is gonna be like, and I could not be any more excited because like if there's any, like I said in my trailer reaction, if there's any comic book movie that could be better than Endgame, and that's already a high bar. Well, any comic book movie in 2019 that could be better than Endgame, it could be Joker. I mean, who knows? But I got a lot of hope for this movie. So, yeah, check out that trailer. Our next topic is it's a little one, but I think it's one that I'm really happy to see. And it's that on December 21st, I'm guessing this is going to be the Christmas special. On Saturday Night Live, Eddie Murphy is going to host. This is, for me, this is really exciting. He hasn't hosted since like the 80s, and even then he was hosting while he was still a cast member. Before my thoughts, what are your thoughts on Eddie Murphy hosting SNL this December?
Well, I'll start by saying that I am not the biggest fan of Saturday Night Live. That's not to say that I don't like Saturday Night Live. I do like what I've seen of Saturday Night Live. I just haven't seen a lot of Saturday Night Live. I've seen like those classic bits, like more cowbell and stuff like that. But I'm pretty excited about having Eddie Murphy back. Doing something big like this. He's one of my favorite comedic actors. Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop, Nutty Professor. I enjoy his movies, and I think he's hilarious, so I really am excited. I'll probably have to tune into that episode of Saturday Night Live for sure to see what he does with the hosting chair.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you've ever seen some of Eddie Murphy's skits on SNL, but there's this one that I hope to God they do, and they did this thing called Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, and it was Eddie Murphy doing a parody of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and he was like one of the, like, whenever he'd do "Won't You Be My Neighbor" or whatever, like he would, like, one of the lines in one of the episodes he would go, "I hope I get to be your friend someday. Problem is, whenever I move in, y'all move away." It's like, and he was basically a criminal who would like steal shit, but oh my god, it was so funny. Like, oh god, like, there's the Thanksgiving special he did, the Christmas special he did, like, there's even, like, have you ever seen Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood?
Yeah.
Okay, you have. Yeah, like, they were, like, though, I thought those were so funny, and there was also this one really great skit that Eddie Murphy did where it was sort of a mockumentary, but he got makeup artists to make him look like a white guy, and basically it was about, like, how, like, basically it was sort of a social well, it wasn't really like the Eric Andre show because it clearly was all scripted, but it was a really funny skit, and I really love Eddie Murphy as a comedian as well. Like, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of him as Donkey, but I'm just not the biggest Shrek fan. But I loved the Nutty. I thought the Nutty Professor was really funny. The makeup effects again were astounding.
Yeah.
The Coming to America, which is going to be getting a sequel, by the way.
I did not know that. That's one of
yeah.
my favorite Eddie Murphy movies.
Oh yeah, it's going to have a sequel. Apparently, it's going to star him, Arsenio Hall, Tracy Morgan, Wesley Snipes, I think. It's going to be, yeah, and but like for me, like, the one I don't remember a whole lot about Coming to America, but the one thing I always remember are the barbershop scenes. Like,
yeah,
and again, the makeup was really good. And that's the one thing about Eddie Murphy that I feel like he trumps Tyler Perry when it comes to cross-dressing and whatnot, because like I feel like Tyler Perry kind of goes for like just the easy jokes and just puts on a wig and whatnot.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead. Sorry. I was gonna say, like, with Tyler Perry, a lot of his cross-dressing jokes, like the whole punchline is, "Oh, look, it's Tyler Perry in a wig or in some in a fat suit and a wig." Eddie Murphy's, sure, with like Norbit, that was partially the joke, but even then it's done better in my opinion than a lot of Tyler Perry stuff. But like a lot of the times when he is doing like bits where it's like makeup heavy, or it's like literally him talking to himself but in makeup, like what's so funny about them is that, at least for the first time watching, you can't really tell that it's Eddie Murphy, and he puts on a whole different accent and tone to really um, make the character different than Eddie Murphy, which is why I would agree that he brings a little more to the table than Tyler Perry when it comes to those kind of jokes where it relies on makeup and cross dressing and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Eddie Murphy, sort of going on to your point, he goes the extra mile to convince you he's someone else, because he gets 7-time Academy Award winning makeup artist Rick Baker, who also did the makeup for like How the Grinch Stole Christmas or American Werewolf in London. And
Yeah.
because like, and oddly enough, those Eddie Murphy movies are what actually got Rick Baker some of those nominations. Like Rick Baker was nominated for makeup for Coming to America. He won the Oscar for The Nutty Professor, and he was nominated again for Norbit, which again I just feel like Eddie Murphy, again, going off of what you said, he goes the extra mile to convince you he's someone else, rather than Tyler Perry, where he just puts on a dress and a wig and whatnot. So, yeah,
Yep.
I can't wait for Eddie Murphy to host SNL. I hope we get to see Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, because that was so funny. Maybe we might even see Gumby. We might see Gumby. I'm Gumby.
Who knows?
I'm Gumby, damn
Anything
it.
can happen.
Yeah, like that. I'm really excited for that. Our next topic is... I'm really mixed on this. Apparently, the director of Boyhood, Richard Linklater, is going to be embarking on a 20-year... musical film project. Like, he's taking 20 years to film a musical.
That's definitely, like, honestly, if you would have told me that anybody other than Richard Linklater was doing it, because Boyhood was a several-year project, and it paid off in my opinion. I enjoyed the movie Boyhood a lot. I would be a lot more skeptical than I am about it. Again, a 20-year musical film project, that's a very daunting task. Like, a lot of things can happen in 20 years. Hell, he might not even be alive to see it through.
Yeah.
I might not even be alive to see it. A lot can happen in 20 years. I'm definitely going to be 40 by the time by the time it's done, but who knows? I just think it's a very... If there's anybody that's going to do something like that, it would be Richard Linklater.
Here's the problem, though, for me, and this is actually where I have to disagree with you a bit, but that's fine. I like the disagreements. I really did not like Boyhood. I really did not like Boyhood, and so that's what's worrying me, because, like, I love musicals, but, like, man, like, for me with Boyhood, and it's fine if you disagree, that's perfectly fine, but for me with Boyhood, it felt like it kind of relied on the fact that it took 12 years to film, because, like, there were so many dated pop culture references, like, this one girl singing "We're all in this together," and it's like, oh, it's High School Musical, which means it must be 2006, or that one scene where, like, the boy is talking about, the 3 best movies he saw during that summer: Dark Knight, Pineapple Express, and Tropic Thunder. Get it? It's 2008. It's like, and plus there were a lot of storylines that didn't go anywhere. It's just... I do like the ending. The ending was pretty good, and I thought the acting was really good, especially. And I want L.R. Coltrane, the main kid in that film, to be in more movies. He's great. But yeah, for me, Moonlight was my Boyhood, in my opinion. So
I mean, I wouldn't really compare the two. They're very different movies. I understand somebody, or not really liking the dated pop culture references to establish the year or whatever, but I feel like it worked, because, like, other than just doing a shot that says on location 2006, like, there's not a lot of effective ways to really tell people what time or what year it is but I think it worked. I could see how someone wouldn't. It wouldn't really hit with most people, but I enjoyed it.
I mean, hey, and that's great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really wish I could, because I was really, because like everyone was telling me Boyhood's amazing, and I was like, man, I gotta watch it. And then when I was watching on Netflix, I was like, But hey, that's the subjectivity of film. I'm skeptical of this movie because of this 20-year musical film project. Not only because we'll be on our 40s, which makes me already feel old, but like, I was never really a big fan of Boyhood. And I just realized, would it be hilarious if we're still doing the Hannahcast in our 40s?
Hey, I mean, I'd be down as long as I'm not dead and you're not dead. It should still be happening.
Yeah, hopefully we're not dead. Granted, as I told you before, the male side of my family, on my dad's side, has had a history of dying early from high blood pressure. So hey, here's hoping I'm not dead. So yeah.
Yeah. I should probably go ahead and kick this horrid cocaine addiction so it doesn't, kill me before I'm 40. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, no! Drugs are whack, yo!
Nah, man, drugs are cool. I need that cocaine, Christian. I need something to get. The coffee's not doing it anymore. It's not!
No!
I mean, what? Who said that? I didn't... What? What?
No! No, you didn't hear anything, people. You didn't hear anything. He didn't
Please
say anything.
Please don't demonetize me. I didn't say anything. I have a runny nose.
No, you're not getting demonetized. I'm getting demonetized.
That's
my channel, dumbass.
Boy.
So yeah, that's our thoughts on this musical film project. So
yeah,
there's that. Now, basically, for the rest of this, we're gonna be talking about D23, which is, if you don't know, it's like the biannual Disney convention where they talk about all their Disney stuff, like whether it's TV or movies or their parks.
Yeah. And think of it as like E3 with video games, but replace E3 with D23 and video games with Disney movies and content.
Yeah. And this year was packed full of like Disney Plus stuff, especially. Like the movie stuff was pretty cool, but this is mainly going to be about what they've announced for Disney Plus. And the first one for this is apparently they've said they announced that the Disney Plus shows, like the series episodes, will be released weekly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really okay with this. I kind of prefer this, really, because like for me, like I'm not much of a binger because, like, I don't know, it's really time consuming, and I personally kind of like waiting every week for a new episode. Like, oh man, I can't wait for what's going to happen in the next episode. But before I give my reasons, like, what are your thoughts on this?
Honestly, the only real problem I would see with committing to a weekly episode release, like, I just hope that doesn't take anything, like, I just hope that things aren't rushed. I don't mind waiting longer than a week for episodes, as long as that means that each episode is going to be as good, if not better, than the last. And again, this isn't saying that Disney doing a weekly thing is going to mean that it's all going to be a rushed slop job. No, I don't think that. If anybody can do it, it's Disney. They've got buckets and buckets of money that they can use to hire very talented people to make this work. And honestly, probably by this point, a lot of the Disney Plus stuff is already wrapped up, so how it gets released and when it gets released is entirely up to Disney. If they can pull it off, then more power to them. I really hope they can, because a lot of the stuff that's coming to Disney Plus in terms of the series is I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah, especially with their lineup, which we're going to get to here in a bit. But I think another plus to having the Disney Plus shows episodes being released weekly is that you get to build hype, because I still have not seen Stranger Things out, like, none of the seasons. I really should. But one of the things is that after, when, like, for example, Stranger Things season 3, when those episodes launched, everyone was talking about it for like 2 days, and then Nothing. Like,
Well, to be fair, it only took me about 2 days to watch all of Stranger Things season 3,
I mean, yeah,
but that's probably has something to do with it. But
yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Because, like, I mean, and say what you will about Game of Thrones, I have not seen Game of Thrones, so I cannot give my opinion on it. But with Game of Thrones season 8, every week people were talking about Game of Thrones, and that
yeah,
it was making people want to go back and watch Game of Thrones because, like, wow, every week people are keep talking about Game of Thrones. I gotta watch it, and it's like it builds up the momentum. I feel like
to be fair though, as somebody that watched Game of Thrones and season 8, what I saw most people talking about regarding season 8 was how much they didn't like it. I personally did not enjoy season 8 at all. Most stuff before season 8, like season 7 and 6, I feel like the show kind of ran out of steam. But again, you are right. People were talking about it, and it was encouraging people to go back and watch the show. It encouraged me to go back and watch the show just because I wanted to see some good Game of Thrones. But that's besides the point. With a weekly, or at least not even weekly, but with a schedule where you constantly have, stuff, be it Game of Thrones or whatever, coming out, you're going to have people talking about it, and there's going to be buzz about it, and it's going to be, harder to miss because, it's constantly happening.
yeah, exactly. And I feel like I said, I am really glad that they're doing this because, like I said, for me, it's less time consuming because I don't have to watch, all these episodes in a row. I can just watch, like, I don't know if the Mandalorian's gonna be like an hour long, but let's say it's like 40 something minutes long. I don't know.
Sure.
But, like, that's just 40 something minutes out of my day, out of, like, instead of, like, I don't know, 5 hours out of my day or something. I don't
True,
know.
and even if you miss one week's episode, you can watch it before the next one comes out next week, and then still have something to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly. It gives it gives me something to look forward to in the week. Like, every Tuesday I can't wait to watch a new episode of Adam Ruins Everything. Every Thursday I can't wait to watch a new episode of Impractical Jokers. I feel like this is a really good strategy. And again, it's just going to keep people coming back to Disney Plus, and it's going to get more people coming to Disney Plus once they hear other people talking about these shows. So,
Yeah.
for me, I'm really excited for this, and I can't wait to sign up for Disney Plus on launch. And again, speaking of Disney Plus, apparently this is interesting. Disney Plus is going to be having a live action. Well, wait, I don't know why I said live action because it was already live action.
Yeah.
But they're going to have a Love, Simon series, and it's actually going into production right now. I don't know if you saw the movie Love, Simon.
I did not, but I heard a lot of good things about it.
Um,
It's on my backlog. I am going to watch it at some point.
Yeah, Love, Simon was one of the was a really pleasant surprise because, like, for me, I thought Love, Simon was one of the best movies of last year, and I don't usually care for young adult romance movies, but man, this one was so fun. Like, this one was really charming. It was funny. It was so likable, and I just really loved Love, Simon. I cannot believe Fox never pushed it into award season because everyone else loved it and it did pretty well at the box office. So, I don't know, and this Love, Simon series, apparently it's not going to be in the same continuity as, I don't think it's in the same world as the movie was. I think this is like a sort of a reboot series of Love, Simon, which I'm still game for, yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
Like I said, I have not seen Love, Simon the movie, so I can't speak for my opinion on the subject matter plot. But I'm pretty excited to see what they do with this, especially from what I've heard about what Love, Simon is. Like, I don't know how well that would translate into a series, but again, I can't say anything because I haven't seen it. But I am definitely going to be watching it when it comes to Disney Plus.
Yeah, I like, as someone who has seen Love, Simon, I can easily see this as being some sort of like Andy Mack show or something. Like,
Yeah.
like this, I feel like this is a really good idea. And plus, hey, I mean, this gives a little bit of representation, which is never a bad thing. So
Yeah, that's true.
and yeah, there's that. Another show that's going to be coming to Disney Plus, and I have no, I have never watched this show, but apparently they're going to be doing sort of a sequel series to Lizzie McGuire, where apparently she's going to be in her 30s. Uh, again, I've never seen Lizzie McGuire, so I mean, maybe it could work. Who knows? I mean, again, I have good faith in this, but what do you think of this?
I used to watch Lizzie McGuire every now and again when I was a kid. I grew up with a little sister, so she obviously watched pretty much anything and everything that related to Disney Channel. It wasn't ever one of my favorite shows. I remember what it was about. I remember that there was what's her name?
Hilary Duff?
Yeah, Hilary Duff. I know that she was in it and that she had a little cartoon version of herself. It was basically the life, day in the life of a teenager that has a little cartoon version of herself that she not talks to, but just gives her thoughts and stuff on things. I think that the idea of having a sort of not sequel, but like spiritual successor to where you'll have an older version of Lizzie McGuire could really work well, especially sort of that a lot of the target audience of that show has grown up by this point. So I think that they're definitely making the right call by sort of doing it in not like rebooting it, but sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
I think I would say this is a sequel series because they said it is going to star Hilary Duff again, and like
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying, that they made a good call in not rebooting it and just making the character of Lizzie McGuire older and having some passage of time. I think it's going to work well. I'm definitely going to check it out because I want to see if it's as much of a hit as I remember the Lizzie McGuire show being, because every girl in my kindergarten through like second grade class would always talk about Lizzie McGuire. I watched a bit of it because it wasn't always my turn on the TV.
yeah.
Couldn't have Cartoon Network on and Nick on 24/7, and it was pretty good. Out of most of the Disney shows, it was definitely one of the ones that I had the least problem sitting through as a kid because it would entertain me. So I'm definitely excited for this, and I think that they have a lot of room to do something successful with what they've laid out for it.
Yeah. Well, as to your point about all the girls in your kindergarten through second grade talking about Lizzie McGuire, that wasn't my experience. My experience was always like the girls in my kindergarten and through second grade talking about Cheetah Girls. Like that was the big thing. Like, granted, we're around the same age, but it's like they would never shut up about Cheetah Girls. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't say that I was a huge fan of the Cheetah Girls, just because it wasn't, it wasn't something that obviously was not for my demographic. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this Lizzie McGuire relaunch. I hope that Cheetah Girls stays dead. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care if they bring back Cheetah Girls personally. Like, I couldn't give a shit. I'm at least somewhat curious about Lizzie McGuire. I mean, again, who knows what they could pull off? But I mean, hey, fans of Lizzie McGuire are probably really happy right now. So hey, I'm happy for them.
I'm definitely gonna have some good news from my sister because she was definitely a fan of Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, now on to something that is probably more around our demographic, the Marvel stuff, because holy shit, they announced so many things about for the Marvel side of Disney Plus when it comes to their shows. Like they didn't give anything new about Falcon and Winter Soldier, other than like they had this one poster where apparently Sam is wearing red, white, and blue in his outfit, and I'm not gonna say what that is, what that's supposed to mean, but I mean that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But uh, some of the things that they did highlight was that the show WandaVision, which is said to be with what is it, Scarlet Witch and Vision,
Hmm.
they've described it as classic sitcom meets epic Marvel adventure, and from what I've heard, apparently they didn't have any footage from the show, but basically the way they described it, like to show you, was that they interspliced scenes from different Marvel movies with Vision and Scarlet Witch with episodes of like the Dick Van Dyke Show or something, and it's like, what kind of show is this gonna be? Like this gets me really curious. What do you think?
Yeah, like I said, it brought up the same question with me. Like, it's definitely something new that they haven't really done before. Like for me, whether this will be something I check out, it just depends on what what their definition of classic sitcom is. The fact that they were showing stuff with like the Dick Van Dyke Show, um, definitely probably means that I'll be more inclined to check it out. If it's more like that and less like, say, Friends,
Or The Big Bang Theory?
then yeah, or The Big Bang Theory, because like let me tell a little known fact about me. I would probably rather have all 10 of my nails on my toes and feet, combined. I'd probably have all of them removed than have to watch Friends or The Big Bang Theory. I think that they are like the bottom of the barrel when you get to TV shows.
Oh, I don't know about that, because like Nickelodeon in like the mid 2010s was pretty horrible.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, no other theme song brings my blood quite to a boil than the Friends theme song, because I know that after that theme song, that means that there's going to be about 25 to 30 minutes of Friends that I will have to sit through if I cannot find the remote to turn off the TV or change the channel. But it could be great, and I'm thinking they're gonna do. Obviously, it's gonna be pretty good because Disney cares a lot about their Marvel properties, and they're not too keen on putting out stuff that people won't like. At that point, it's just going to be a question of whether or not I like it.
Yeah, like I am like I said. I think when they did say classic sitcom, they were referring to like really old sitcoms, because like
Yeah.
apparently like Randall Park from Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to be in the show, and there's Kat Dennings from the first two Thor movies is going to be in this one. But another person that they announced was, I think it's Catherine Hahn. I don't know who she is, but basically they described her character as the nosy neighbor that you'd see in sitcoms. So I'm like, this is really fascinating. Like, especially like, one, I think she's going to be the villain of the show. Because like the nosy neighbor.
Yeah, that's not exactly something you'd associate. Like nosy neighbor. That doesn't sound like exactly like a not villain, so to speak. But they don't sound like a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like it, and especially apparently since WandaVision will lead directly into Doctor Strange 2, because Scarlet Witch is going to be in Doctor Strange 2, which, if you know Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness, they said that's going to be a horror movie. So it makes me wonder, could this whole sitcom stuff just be in Scarlet Witch's head? Like, maybe this is like a situation where maybe we see all this epic Marvel stuff, and then maybe like the classic sitcom stuff is maybe her happy place or whatever. Because again, if you've seen Infinity War and Endgame, that one, like, the main reason why it makes me wonder about the whole WandaVision part, because it's like both of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually really excited for WandaVision. This sounds so unique, so different, and seeing as how it's leading directly into what is supposedly Marvel's first horror movie, this gets me so fascinated in WandaVision, more than I thought I would be. So, yeah. And again, going back to Marvel and Disney Plus, they've announced 3 new shows out of nowhere, and I told you this when we were after the Hannahcast last week, that we were going to be getting more Marvel announcements from Phase 4, because there's no way it's just going to go from 2020 to 2021. They were going to announce more stuff at D23. And they did. Like, the 3 new shows they announced for Disney Plus, they didn't give any release dates, but they just announced them. Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk. 2 of those I do know about. I know about She-Hulk and Miss Marvel, Miss Marvel being Kamala Khan. I have no idea who Moon Knight is, although everyone's saying he's kind of a pretty violent character.
He's a badass.
What are your thoughts on these
I'm
3
pretty
shows?
excited for these. I love all 3 of these Marvel comic books. They all have a special place in my heart. Miss Marvel is great, especially the stuff that came after the second Secret Wars type event that they did. Moon Knight, I'm really excited to finally see get some kind of exposure on TV, because I've always thought that he always had the capacity to make a good TV show or movie. They've just never given him the chance. He's kind of like Marvel's Batman, so to speak, but also the opposite if you kind of think about it, because Batman, he's all black and stealth is sort of his not that it's like the only thing that he's good at, but the all black suit obviously helps with that. But Moon Knight, his suit for the most part is all white. He wants the people that he's gonna beat the crap out of to know that he's there, because he's not that worried about them being able to do too much about it. So I'm excited for that. And She-Hulk, fun fact, she was my first sort of comic book crush, so to speak.
Oh.
So I'm excited for that for obvious reasons, but also there's a lot that you can do with She-Hulk. I think she's had some of the most compelling comic storylines that I've read. So I'm excited for all 3 of these. I have no idea what they're going to do with them or how they're going to go about tackling subject matter, but I think that if anybody can give us a good Moon Knight TV show or a good She-Hulk TV show or a good Miss Marvel TV show, it's Disney. I really like these guys and their comic book mediums, so I'm excited.
Yeah, again, I don't know anything about Moon Knight, so it will be pretty interesting. Also, before I go on with these 3 shows, they did say that these characters will cross over into the movies.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. So I don't know anything about Moon Knight, although this does sound like it could be a pretty cool show. Miss Marvel, again, I don't read any of the comics, but from what I from what I know, this is actually like one of the more popular comics around today. Like, people are really loving Kamala Khan, and plus, again, you get more representation because she's not only a female superhero, but she's also a Pakistani, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's like a double whammy right there. And she's more around, I think, maybe teenager, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is going to appeal to younger audiences a lot, and because I don't think we've gotten any teenage superheroes in the MCU yet other than Spider-Man. So there's that. And also with She-Hulk, this could also be very interesting. I didn't know they could actually do She-Hulk, though, because if you know the whole thing between with Marvel and the Hulk, Marvel, the reason why we haven't gotten another Hulk movie is that Marvel has the rights to make a Hulk movie, but if they make it, Universal has the rights to distribute it. So I did not know if they were going to even be able to do She-Hulk, because having Hulk as a side character in the movies and whatnot, like the Avengers movies and Thor Ragnarok, Marvel could do that. They just, if they were to make a Hulk movie, they have to let Universal distribute it. But I didn't know that didn't apply to She-Hulk. So now I don't know if she's actually going to be Bruce Banner's cousin in this show, because that would seem like a really big coincidence that happened to these 2 cousins. But apparently they did say that this is also going to be like a lawyer show and whatnot, because I guess she's a lawyer, and Yeah, this does. I think this does sound really cool. These three shows, and like I said, I called it. I called it that they were going to announce more of Phase 4 with D23, and this is really not a bad one to start off with.
Yeah, and with Miss Marvel, it's cool too because like Miss Marvel has had several incarnations in the history of Marvel Comics. Pretty sure the first Miss Marvel was Carol Danvers, and then eventually, I'm not too familiar with the second incarnation because I didn't really read any of her comic books. They were way before my time. I think like the last comic that she appeared in was made like 10 years before I was born. But I know that she was eventually involved with the Fantastic Four, so if they choose her, it'd be even better because then we can not better, but it'll also be interesting because like they might even try to do something with the Fantastic Four if they've acquired the rights to them by that point. But who knows?
Oh no,
It could
Disney
be
has the
also.
rights to Fantastic Four
Oh yeah,
now.
that's right. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, like even like I said, there's a lot of interesting things they could do with it. Whether it's Kamala Khan, um, the Fantastic Four chick, or Carol Danvers, which I doubt because Carol Danvers right now is Captain Marvel in the
In Captain Marvel.
MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff they could do with it, and I'm excited to say the least.
I am excited too. This is I really like this lineup. If they with this Miss Marvel show, do you think they'll actually have like Brie Larson make like a cameo in one of the episodes or something? Does she have any correlation with Kamala Khan?
In the comics, they've worked to not like together, but like she doesn't have any sort of direct correlation with her, other than the fact that at one point Carol Danvers was Miss Marvel. But even then, with the new continuity, that's not something that's really relevant. But they could definitely have her do some kind of cameo in the TV show. It wouldn't surprise me that much. And I would actually be pretty excited to see it, to see what they do with the two of them,
Yeah.
being that they're both badass super girls or women in the
Yes.
case of Carol Danvers.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it for the Marvel side of the Disney Plus announcements. Uh, this next one, this sounds pretty cool. They're doing a sort of a short series, like short form series. Like I don't know how many, I don't know how long it's gonna be, but apparently there's gonna be a show coming to Disney Plus called Muppets Now, which is basically gonna be bringing back the Muppets. Um, uh, man, the Muppets have like I don't like they've just sadly just declined in popularity and whatnot because like which is weird because like when that 2011 Muppets movie came out everyone loved it and then I thought Muppets Most Wanted was pretty good but I guess that flopped and you know they tried to do that Muppet show that was on ABC for like one
Yeah.
season and that got canceled. Um,
Well, you have to understand that like after 1990, it was pretty hard to make any more Muppet related things, especially with the death of Jim Henson. Um, the Muppets movie that came out in 11, I will agree with that. I was surprised, um, as you were, that they didn't really try to capitalize on that because I thought it was pretty good, and I thought that even with Henson being dead, that they handled the characters in a way that he would have probably approved of if he'd be here because Jim Henson, the whole point of the Muppets was to sort of bring bring something that all kids from all parts of the world would be able to relate to and have a good time with. I'm pretty excited to see what they do with Muppets now because I grew up with a lot watching a lot of the Muppets stuff in the form of reruns and Sesame Street and stuff. So I'm excited for that. But like I said, it could be hit or miss. Who knows?
Yeah, I just really want the Muppets to come back because I love the Muppets.
Same,
Like I
same.
just
Especially they just have so many classic movies and TV moments. Muppets in space. It's all
Muppet Treasure
for the
Island is
most part good stuff.
amazing.
Yes, yes, it
Oh my!
is.
And the best part about Muppet Treasure Island is that okay, yeah, you have Tim Curry in there, which he's already a
Sure.
Muppet, so it's like amazing. But it's like not only is Muppet Treasure Island like a really great Muppet movie, it's a legit good Treasure Island movie. I
Yeah.
think because like it's actually kind of dark and like people get killed and whatnot. And it's like holy shit, this is in a Muppets movie. That's amazing. And like the whole beginning of the song, like "Shiver my timber, shiver my bones," like oh my god, that I, I, I'm getting sidetracked. But basically, I really want the Muppets to come back, but sadly, everything after the 2011 Muppets movie have just not done well financially,
Yeah.
and it's just. God, I want the Muppets to come back because like this,
I don't know.
like man,
I think in the hands of somebody like not somebody, but a company like Disney, that they definitely have a lot working for them in the sense that like I think that it's going to be successful. How successful it is, we'll have yet to see. Whether this leads to more Muppets related things in the forms of new series or something on the big screen, gotta wait until it comes out for those questions to be answered.
I mean, the problem is that like Disney's had the Muppets for a while. Muppets most like the 2011 Muppets movie was done by Disney. Same thing with Muppets Most Wanted in that ABC Muppets show. That I think it's gonna be really good. I have no doubts about that. But it's just God, I just want it to be successful because I really want kids to see the Muppets. Like the Muppets are amazing. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's that. Another trailer that they released is one of the Disney Plus original movies that I think is going to be available at launch, and it's this movie called Noelle, which is basically Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader play siblings, and they're like the children of Santa Claus, and Bill Hader is going to be the next Santa Claus. Anna Kendrick suggests to Bill Hader, because he's all nervous, that hey, why don't you take a weekend off and try to cool your mind a bit.
Runs away.
What?
And then he runs away.
Oh yeah, he never comes back. And she's like, oh man, I gotta go get him, and hilarity ensues. I was originally not interested at all in this movie because I was like, what? Really? But I'm not gonna lie, watching the trailer, I thought it was pretty funny. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Not that I thought it wasn't funny. I like Anna Kendrick and I like Bill Hader a lot, and I thought that the few quips that I got to see and their on-screen chemistry was really good. I didn't have problems with the acting or the comedy. It did make me chuckle a few times. What I did not like about Noelle was mainly had to do with the special effects department.
Yeah, there's that. I'll give you that. The deer didn't look so good.
Yeah, I didn't think a lot of, especially that little flying white. I don't know if it was a deer or a goat. I couldn't really tell.
It was a reindeer.
But yeah, I was not very impressed by the special effects. Other than that, I think it could be interesting. I definitely thought that the world and story setup were interesting. I liked I like the story is good. It's there and it is funny. But one thing that just really took me out of the experience was definitely the special effects. And if they look anything like that in the finished product and they use a lot of it, then I do have to say that it's not going to be a yes from me, dog.
I'll give you that the deer doesn't look all that great. Apparently, this was going to be released in theaters, but then they decided to put it on Disney Plus, which could mean a couple of things. One, it's not that great. Two, and I'm hoping it's this one, it is really good. It just would not have made money, and I don't really see how a movie like this would make a lot of money in theaters. I mean, But I don't think that deer, even though he doesn't look all that great, I don't think he alone is going to ruin the movie for me. But hey,
No, but there was also, the deer and the special effects on Santa's whip. I don't know what you call that.
the sleigh.
Yeah, the sleigh. But I wasn't thoroughly impressed by the special effects on that either. It just
Yeah,
seemed that anything that they had to use CG for me personally, it didn't look that great. Now, the effects for Santa's Village and stuff like that, and that was pretty good. I was able to tell the difference between our world and Santa's Village for sure, the North Pole. Um, but again, not a lot of the North Pole seemed to be CG. It seemed to just be practical effects and just a difference in tone. But I don't know. It hasn't come out yet, so I can't speak to that.
yeah. Again, I'm looking forward to it. This looks like it could be a cute little Christmas movie.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm probably not going to watch it on launch because I just don't watch anything Christmas related until December. But that's just me.
Yeah, same.
But
Same.
But I am looking forward to this. Like, they got me on board. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
this. And again, I love Anna Kendrick. I love Bill Hader. Apparently, Billy Eichner's going to be in this, and I've grown to really like Billy Eichner. So
The only Christmas movie I think that I watch not on Christmas is Die Hard.
that's not a
Sometimes.
Christmas movie, though.
Fuck you, it is.
No, fuck you. It's not a Christmas movie.
Fuck you, it is. It's a Christmas movie. It takes
No,
place
it
during
happens.
Christmas.
It happens during
Happens
Christmas,
during
but
Christmas?
it doesn't. Nothing in the movie has anything to do with Christmas.
So what do Christmas movies have to do with like what is Christmas other than the 25th of December? Explain that one to me, Chief.
What? Like you could put how it could be a New Year's party or or like a 4th of July party, and Die Hard would still be the same.
Yeah, that's why it's such a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it. I'm not saying as to whether or not I think it's a good movie or not. I'm just because again, I can't.
So if you haven't seen it, how do you know it's not a Christmas movie?
Because from what I have seen of it, it looks like it could take place at any time other than Christmas. I'm not disputing as whether or not it could be a good movie or not. Because again, I haven't seen it. I'm just saying it's not a Christmas movie.
All right, well, I'm gonna tell you that you can't say that because you haven't seen it.
Okay, fine.
So
I'll
go watch it.
Die Hard
Go
at
watch
some
it,
point.
and then tell me it's not a Christmas movie.
Okay, fine. We'll have this debate. You know what? Fuck it. This December, you get ready for this debate, people. We're gonna have a debate as to whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Because fuck you,
Yeah.
it's not.
What if you watch it and then you agree that it is a Christmas movie and that it is your favorite Christmas movie?
Then I'm gonna jump out of a window.
Well, I hope you got a window close to you, Christian. And I just hope that it's not high enough off the ground that it'll kill you. Because if that happens, we won't be able to do the Hannahcast anymore. And then we won't be able to review that Richard Linklater movie 20 years from now.
Oh yeah. As long as I haven't died, I think I could probably die by then. Again, by high blood pressure. Again, I don't have high blood pressure, but it's a genealogical thing. So who knows? But yeah.
Let's hope not.
Oh, but yeah. Noelle.
Hope not, as in that you're like the blood pressure gets.
I know you
because
want me
I
to
don't
die,
want that to
Raphael.
happen.
Okay.
No, I don't want you to die because then I'll have to do the Hannahcast, and I won't be able to do it because my last name's not Hannah.
But also, you can't do the Hannahcast because you don't have my password. Like
That's true.
So yeah,
You're gonna have to leave it in your will for me.
maybe. Who knows? But yeah, Noelle. I thought it was a pretty cute trailer. Can't wait to I can't wait to see it this December. So there's that.
Same here.
Another show that's going to be coming onto Disney Plus on launch is this show called High School Musical: The Musical, the Series. Man, that's a long title.
Yeah.
And apparently what this is about is like, it's sort of in the style of The Office, where it's about these kids who go to this school, which is the same school where High School Musical, the movie, was filmed, but that school, the real school, even though this is a scripted series, is doing a musical of High School Musical, the movie, and this is showing how these kids in this scripted series are doing High School Musical, the musical. Man, it's confusing to describe.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's for sure, because there's a lot of the series and the musical and the series and the musicals. But it looks interesting to me.
yeah, as someone who's not the biggest fan of High School Musical, which is again another thing kids wouldn't shut up about in elementary school, and but so yeah, but I thought this was a pretty good trailer. I thought this was like because like
Yeah.
I was not looking forward to this at first, but seeing as how like this was not going to be like High School Musical, like this is like clearly this is going to be like, I mean not exactly like because I mean it's pretty R-rated in high school, but like a little bit more of an edgy kind of feel to it, where it's
Yeah.
like I think there was even at one point like some girl was saying shit and it was bleeped out. Like I thought that was kind of funny. So
Yeah.
it looks like it's gonna be taking that kind of a route, and again I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty interesting. What do you think?
I have to agree with you on the fact that I was not the biggest fan of High School Musical. I thought the first one was okay. I don't really remember anything about the second one, and I do remember thoroughly disliking High School Musical 3, mainly because I was forced to watch it because of my sister. All of those movies, I have to say, I wouldn't have watched if I didn't have a sister,
Yeah.
and the only one I don't regret watching is probably the first one. But again, I digress. I thought that High School Musical, the musical, the series, looks interesting enough and different enough from the source material to where it might be worth watching if they do a good job. There are a few problems I had with the trailer. I didn't really feel like 100% the casting choices, but again, I can't speak to all of that because we haven't seen the finished product. They might have just chosen, not so good, or well, they might have just had the scenes might just work if there's more context. I don't know, but I am pretty excited for the High School Musical, the musical, the series. I personally love The Office, and more shows like that. I'm not going to complain about.
You still there?
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about it.
Yeah, I now granted, like I think I've only seen High School Musical 1, but that was only because we saw it in school. I do have a sister, but she was never into things like Lizzie McGuire or High School Musical.
Well, then you, my good sir, are one lucky bastard.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, and also a fun fact about High School Musical 3. In the Kids' Choice Awards that year, not that really the Kids' Choice Awards matter, but apparently that year in the Kids' Choice Awards, High School Musical 3 beat out The Dark Knight for favorite movie.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's why the Kids' Choice Awards don't matter. That has everything to do with why the Kids' Choice Awards don't matter. Like,
I mean, come on, like Adam Sandler won favorite movie actor in 2012 for Jack and Jill.
what did you just say to me?
Yeah, in the 2012 Kids' Choice Awards for the movies of 2011, Adam Sandler beat out Jim Carrey for Mr. Popper's Penguins, Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, and Daniel Radcliffe for Deathly Hallows Part 2 for favorite movie actor, and he won for Jack and Jill.
Yeah, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go start a petition real quick to cancel the Kids' Choice Awards forever.
Talk
for
about
crimes
cancel
against
culture.
Humanity. For crimes against humanity, because everything that you just said to me was a separate crime against humanity that the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards or whatever are now responsible for. So you guys can sign my petition, put it up in a bit, but I'm just saying.
Oh, boy.
Jack and Jill, Adam Sandler. Really? High School Musical 3 was better than The Dark Knight? Okay.
Oh boy.
Whatever. In some universe, sure, but not this one.
Type F in the comments for Raphael's sanity. Oh god, the screen's frozen. I mean, here it is. Here.
Even bigger F, dude, because I did not know any of that, and I would have died a lot happier without knowing a lot of that.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, to suck all the joy out of my life. No, I'm kidding.
No, I do suck the joy out of your life. What are you talking about? So
You're right.
Yeah, so that's our thoughts
That's
on
fine.
High School. That's our thoughts on High School Musical, the series, the trailer. God, that is
That
a
is a
mouthful.
mouthful. I don't want to be that guy, but like that's a pretty bad title
I mean, I
for
don't
your
know.
project.
I don't. I mean, it's. I mean, technically, it's not misleading. I
Well,
mean,
right, it's not misleading, but like think about like even abbreviating that. There's no like good way to to abbreviate like High School Musical, the series. You have too many thes, too many musicals, and
it's all.
it's
It's already
it's a
confusing.
mouthful.
I mean, it's even more confusing just trying to explain what the show's about. I mean, as you saw earlier. So,
Yeah, it's a series about a
oh
musical, but
no.
it's not the musical. It's a bunch of kids doing the musical, and it's a series.
Uh, there you go. So yeah, that's about that for that trailer. Now let's get into Star Wars because this news is amazing. First, let's talk about that trailer for The Mandalorian. Oh
Oh
my
boy, that
god.
trailer, bro. That was like I had so many concerns for The Mandalorian being a TV series. Most of those concerns were about the production value because for me, Star Wars is all, or at least more recently, has been a pretty high production value type thing. And let me just tell you that as soon as I saw all of that high budget CG stuff in the trailer, I was blown away. The
Ye-
ships looked incredible.
yeah,
The makeup effects looked really, really cool, especially on that Twi'lek that winked at the camera. It blew me away, quite literally.
now if you guys don't know what The Mandalorian's about, The Mandalorian is basically about it takes place after Return of the Jedi, but before Force Awakens. It's sometime, probably closer to after Return of the Jedi. And basically, the Empire has fallen, but there's this one bounty hunter, just known as the Mandalorian. Well, I mean, we don't know his name or anything, but basically, he is like a bounty hunter, and he's sort of like an anti-hero, I think, for the show. And yeah, this is like a really gritty kind of Star Wars world.
Yeah.
And apparently,
And to get in, or sorry, go ahead.
well, I mean, I was about to say, like, apparently Jon Favreau is show running it. The guy who directed, Elf, Iron Man, Jungle Book, and The New Lion King. Now he's tackling The Mandalorian, and there's so many directors they've got attached to it. Like Dave Filoni's gonna direct an episode. Bryce Dallas Howard's gonna direct an episode. The guy who directed Dope is gonna be directing an episode. Taika Waititi's gonna be directing an episode, and he's gonna be having a role in this series. This sounds amazing. No, what were you about to say?
Well, no, I was just about to get into sort of like the lore, or sort of explain more of the lore behind it. That you were talking about. For example, Mandalorian. For those who are not Star Wars fans, so Mandalore or the Mandalorians are a clan, so to speak, of bounty hunters. Boba Fett and Jango Fett were both Mandalorians. I could go on for ages about this, but the reason that I'm excited about this is because it's going to give more sort of background to not only the clan of Mandalore, which got a lot in the Star Wars Clone Wars TV series. I don't know if you watched that; it's pretty good. But I'm just huge excited about this because we might even get to see Boba Fett or something. They're not Boba Fett, but well, actually, yeah, Boba Fett because I don't know if you knew this, but according, I don't know if this is canon or not, but he survived the encounter with the Sarlacc. So, but I'm huge excited about this.
I don't know which version of that you read because like basically like when Disney bought Star Wars, everything they basically wiped everything that wasn't the movies and the TV shows out of canon and everything.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said it. I don't know. I didn't know if it was canon or not.
I mean, I think it would also kind of depend on which Sarlacc pit it would be that Boba Fett survived, if he survived, because like if we're talking about the one with the big clam mouth, then maybe he wouldn't have survived, which is the official version. But if you do go back to the original version where it's just that big hole in the ground, I think Boba Fett could have survived that, especially since it's like they said you would spend the next few thousand years being digested or whatever.
Yep.
And really, if it takes that long to digest something, then I'm pretty sure he could have found a way out of there. So
For sure. Especially since if you think about it, like, when he got knocked in there, he still would have had his wrist flamethrowers. The only thing you really didn't have is his jetpack, so he could have definitely burned or cut his way out of there. But we don't know.
yeah, and apparently Jon Favreau said he's utilizing quite a bit of like some really innovative CGI technology for the Mandalorian. Like,
And you can tell, dude, like, shit, man.
it looks like a movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. When you got those first few cuts of, like, that big the ship and the space battles, dude, it looked incredible, dude. It looked amazing. It was awesome. It honestly blew me away. I did not expect it to look this good.
Yeah, I mean, like, apparently, like, one of the things that Jon Favreau said was that he's using like a little bit of like sort of not inspiration, but like he's using similar technology to what he did in The Lion King, but in case of like backgrounds and whatnot, like background built like big like when like for example like what's the term I'm looking for, like they have their sets and whatnot, like they have actual sets, but it like for like after a certain distance, like a lot of that stuff is going to be CGI and whatnot.
Yeah. Like for example, that one big shot that you had, like I'm pretty sure it was just after the Lucasfilm thing, but that shot that you had where it's like going over the planet and stuff, like what you're saying, the big background stuff. It looked awesome. It looked absolutely clean. It was so cool.
Yeah, like honestly, like I was expecting this to look pretty good, but I was really not expecting because like they said we're for these Disney Plus shows, like the Marvel stuff and the Star Wars stuff, they're going to have the budgets of the like similar, not exact budgets, but they're going to feel like the movies.
No, dude, like crap. When I was watching that Mandalorian trailer, I had it on full screen, and like after the fourth or fifth shot, I had to take off the full screen to make sure that I wasn't watching some kind of Star Wars movie trailer, because that's really what I thought it was for a while, until I double checked and saw that it was in fact the Mandalorian, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this. This looks awesome. And what about that? What do you think of that one shot where like this one guy's trying to get away from the Mandalorian, and then like the Mandalorian like gets this?
Oh yeah, when he hits him in the feet and then closes the door on him, bro. That was awesome. The action in this looks like it's gonna be well worth watching.
Oh yeah, like it's, like there's also that one robot who was like shooting laser guns or whatever.
Yes,
like,
that was an assassin droid actually. I don't remember the exact name of the droid model, because I don't want to say it. I'm not a true Star Wars fan, but you could definitely get me on that one. But yeah, for sure, dude. The action looks, especially because this is about pretty much everything in Star Wars that's not the Force. So you're gonna have a lot of blaster fights. You're gonna have a lot of hand-to-hand stuff that doesn't involve lightsabers. But I'm excited, huge excited, especially because like the action just looks and sounds so good.
Yeah, and this is really taking Star Wars to new levels, because like this is sort of like a Western kind of show or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like this could be like Star Wars' version of like sort of like a similar feel to Logan. I mean, of course, maybe not R-rated, but it's kind of that Western feeling.
It's definitely going to be grittier. It's definitely going to be grittier than most stuff.
Yeah, I am so excited for this, and just like some of those other Disney Plus stuff, this, like The Mandalorian, at least maybe the first episode or maybe first 3 episodes are going to be available at launch. I am so excited for The Mandalorian. Jon Favreau, for me, has not disappointed me in recent years yet, so here's hoping this is really, really good. I'm so excited for this. And another thing that there were rumors about, but now it's official. They didn't give a release date, but they're
torturing me with that. They're torturing me by doing that. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm excited about this.
But it is official that Kathleen Kennedy on stage announced that Disney Plus will be doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi series with Ewan McGregor himself from the Star Wars prequels reprising his role. Wow.
Now, say what you like about the Star Wars prequels. I am honestly with that crowd that did not appreciate the Star Wars prequels that much. I thought that in terms of Star Wars movies, the only one Star Wars movie that I think might be like worse than some of the prequels is Episode 8. And even then, you could argue a lot about that. But my favorite part about the Star Wars prequels was definitely Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I think that whoever decided to cast him as Obi-Wan is like a genius, because he really, like, outside of like the original Obi-Wan that we got in like the episode 4 and 5 and 6, I don't think that there's anybody that could have done a better job. Like he pretty much, he looks like him. And for most people, like, that, think about Obi-Wan, they probably think about Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of, whenever I think about Obi-Wan Kenobi, I do think about Ewan McGregor. And I wasn't the biggest fan of the first two prequels. I thought Revenge of the Sith was decent, but I was really not a big fan of. I really
no.
like...
I agree with you on that. Like, out of all the prequel movies, my favorite one was probably Episode 3. I thought 1 and 2 were really bad, especially with that scene in 2 with the sand shit, bro. Yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. I hate the sand.
It's rough.
Coarse, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Although,
I'll try spinning. That's a neat trick.
Wait, spinning?
Yeah, bro.
Wait, well, that was a thing?
Yeah, no. Remember in the frickin' in episode 1 where little boy Anakin took a ship up into the sky to blow up the droids?
I completely forgot about that line.
I'll try spinning. That's a neat trick.
Oh, man.
Now this is pod racing.
No, what kind of... that's your kid voice?
I don't know, man. It's the closest I can get to a child Anakin impression. I thought he was annoying.
Maybe a better voice than that. What do you think?
That's pretty close, honestly. That's pretty damn close.
I sound like Elmo. But I don't know what I'm doing that for. But like,
I think you deserve an Oscar for that.
Thanks. But you know who? Actually, no. You know who really deserves an Oscar? Jar Jar Binks.
What are you about to say? Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Like, what did you just say to me? Yeah, you're right, bro. Jar Jar Binks, he not only deserves one Oscar, he deserves all the Oscars.
I mean, seriously, that line where he so geniusly said, "Oh yuck, icky goo," like,
dude. So I don't know if I told you this, but I showed my girlfriend the Star Wars prequels because she had never seen them, and so she understood that they were bad movies, but she didn't understand just how bad. So we have this inside joke between the two of us, and it's a Jar Jar line.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember this one, but it was the one where he like stuck his tongue out and went like when they went to go see Anakin for the first time, bro. Or what about the part where he like got shocked at the pod races or whatever, and then his mouth got dude. Bro, it's so bad.
That's Star Wars. That's probably Star Wars at its worst.
But yeah, they took the best part of the prequels though.
Yeah.
And for me it was Ewan McGregor's Obi. And they did something with it, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, because like I've been wanting Ewan McGregor to come back, because he especially in Revenge of the Sith during the Mustafar fight. He was so fucking good in that role.
Yeah, especially that like last little line of dialogue that he had between him and Anakin, telling him that he was supposed to be the chosen one. Well, like honestly, that part of the prequels, episode 3, like that fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, I hated most of it up until the part where they had like dialogue between Ewan McGregor or Obi-Wan and Anakin, because I really do think they did a great job with that.
Yeah, he that he was so good, and really even in real life times, this kind of matches up because it's been like over like at least currently it's been nearly 15 years since Revenge of the Sith came out, and we don't even know when this Obi-Wan show is coming out. So I guess even time like you don't even have to really make up Ewan McGregor at all, that much, because like you could probably just put him in just as is, but like.
Yeah, because like, but I doubt that we're gonna get this Obi-Wan thing anytime in 2019. So
Yeah.
yeah, if they do wait until next year, it will have been exactly 15 years since the last um or that Ewan McGregor Star Wars movie.
I don't even know if it's going to come out next year. Like, I'd probably say maybe 2021, 2022, because, like, they said they have all the scripts finished. It's just they haven't gotten into production yet. So,
Yeah, like I said, I think by this time next year we'll have like a release date for it. But if it's coming out in 2020, it'll be close to December. And if it's coming out after that, then like I said, it'll be like well over 15 years since Episode 3.
yeah. Oh, I just kind of remembered. Jar Jar wasn't. I don't think. I just kind of realized. I don't think Jar Jar is Star Wars at its worst. Because I just got flashbacks of the holiday special.
Something I've never been able to find the holiday special. I've never seen it. I know it was
It's on
terrible.
YouTube.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, like
But,
George Lucas just tried to bury it for years.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him. I mean, it's pretty fucking bad.
But, oh no, you don't understand. It's like it makes the Phantom Menace look like a masterpiece. The holidays, the Star Wars holiday. Actually, fuck it. If you're gonna come down here, back to Huntington in December, we've got to review the Star Wars holiday special because it's it's unfathomably bad.
I'll be here for December for sure.
All right,
We can do that.
cool. There's that. So yeah, just yeah, Ewan McGregor in an Obi-Wan series. I cannot wait. I've been dying to see him again, and now that's official. Like, I'm really glad at that. Now, moving away from the Disney Plus stuff from D23, now we have the smaller but still important Disney Pictures thing that they announced. For one, apparently they've released. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. They've released not only the poster for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, but also the footage that they showed at D23. This raises so many good questions. Again, if you guys can easily find the footage because Star Wars, the YouTube channels, the Star Wars YouTube channel themselves released the new footage from this. What are your thoughts on this?
On the which part? Like the poster and stuff?
Yeah, there was the poster, but they also released the D23 footage. Wait, did you watch it?
Yeah. The Rise of Skywalker footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. No, I'm honestly, for me, I didn't enjoy it, so I didn't have high bars for 9, because my honest. But when I watched the stuff from D23 about Rise of Skywalker, I'm pretty excited, to say the least. I do not know where they're going with this movie, but I'm excited to see where they're going to take it.
Yeah. Well, for one, I mean, we already kind of knew this, but Palpatine's going to be somewhere in this movie.
Yeah, and see what I'm not really concerned about this, but what I want to really find out is if they're getting. Obviously, they're going to have Ian McDiarmid,
yeah.
But I don't know if they're gonna honestly, if they're gonna have him in the movie, I don't think they need to do any kind of de-aging effects with the Rogue One.
No.
So I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I think with Palpatine, this is just a theory, and I'm not holding on to this theory. Because I'm gonna let the movie speak for itself once I see it, but. I have a theory that that they're going to be introducing dark side Force ghosts.
Yeah, I also was thinking about that when I saw and heard about Palpatine.
Yeah, that's already cool. Of course, we're going to be they gave us a little tease at the final confrontation between Rey and Kylo Ren, which, Wow,
Yeah.
like the holy shit, the waves and everything. Like, okay, for one, effects wise, that looks amazing. But
Yes,
like,
it does.
this, again, this is doing something a little bit newer with Star Wars because it's like we've never really seen this kind of, like a really big ocean lightsaber battle, like at least in a movie or at any rate. I thought that looked really cool. But the one thing that makes me really curious: what the hell was Rey doing with that cloak and red lightsaber?
I don't know. That's another thing that raised a lot of questions from me. But like I said, we're just gonna have to wait and see what they do with it.
Yeah, like I have no idea what this could mean. Oh, but first of all, I mean that lightsaber is already is like amazing. Like, cause like like when she unfolds it, it kind of looks like the Darth Maul lightsaber, but at first it's like just two blades next to each other, and like man,
Yeah.
I would hate to be the person who gets cut by that thing like that.
Yeah, you're gonna have a pretty bad time.
Yeah, that like that's. Uh, I'm just really excited for this. We're obviously going to be getting a trailer before another like a final trailer before the movie comes out. But man, I am so curious about this. This raises so many questions about, again, how is Palpatine going to be used in this movie? What are they going to be doing with Rey's character in this movie? The whole thing with Kylo Ren. I think this looks amazing. Like, I cannot wait to see where this all leads to. So, there's that. Another thing they announced at the Disney Pictures panel was that, again, it was kind of like the worst kept secret, but they announced that Black Panther 2 is going to be coming out. Let me look here. Where is it? It's gonna be coming out. What the? It's what about Black Panther 2? Where's Black Panther? I think it's.
They said May 6th to 22, right?
Yeah, May 6, 2022. Now, this is now apparently there's a couple of things they didn't reveal. They didn't reveal who the villain was going to be, and apparently Black Panther 2 isn't the official title. Like, they said that there's going to be, like, it will have like one of those little subtitles, sort of like Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier, Dark World. Yeah, obviously.
So
that was kind of a given, honestly.
But wow, I'm pretty excited for Black Panther 2 because like I did really enjoy the first one. But for me, the one part that was really distracting were the CGI fight scenes that were so bad.
Yeah, some of them were a lot worse than others. But yeah, I enjoyed Black Panther. I know for some reason, like usually when I talk to people Black Panther, it's mixed, I guess would be a word to say for it. I didn't have a lot of problems with Black Panther, other than some of the CG. I will agree, was not the best.
Oh, that's an understatement for me.
Yeah, dude. Especially like for me, I think Black Panther, out of any of the Marvel movies, had the least consistent, or the least consistency and quality for the CG in the movie. Some of it was passable. But then you had stuff like the trains and the rhinos or whatever, and then that car chase scene, dude. Yeah. Some of the CG in that was pretty bad in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed Black Panther. I thought the plot was great.
Oh yeah.
I thought that the acting was really good, and I really liked the villain. I loved Killmonger.
Like
in Black Panther.
Yeah, just about everything else from Black Panther I thought was like almost perfect. Like, the story was great. A couple of things like with Daniel Kaluuya's character was a bit rushed, but whatever. Like the hero was great. Killmonger was an amazing villain. So was Ulysses Claw, which I loved in that movie.
And I also really liked the what's his face, the guy from Bilbo.
Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman. Yeah, I loved him in that movie.
Yeah, he was great. The music I thought was the best out of any Marvel movie. The production designing, costume designing, almost everything was top notch except for the CGI, which hopefully they can fix that they can make Black Panther 2 even better in the special effects department, because like Like,
Well, I think we won't have to worry a lot about that. With all the money that Disney's going to be raking in from Disney Plus and all the stuff that's coming to it, the CG for Black Panther 2 better be nothing short of amazing.
yeah, because like when you make Black Panther and yet it has way worse CGI than even the first Iron Man, which still looks amazing, that's not a good thing. So,
Nope.
but again, I'm really looking forward to Black Panther 2. Who do you think the villain's gonna be?
See, that's not even something that I can really talk about because I don't know. I know about as much as you do. I've read a few Black Panther comic books. I've read like any of the stuff after the Second Secret Wars. I'm pretty familiar with, but I'm not too familiar with Black Panther's villains, so I really could not tell you. But I am excited nonetheless.
Yeah, me too. I mean, when you make a movie, when you make a Marvel movie that makes over $1 billion and gets nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, becoming the first comic book superhero movie to do so, I mean, you'd have to be an idiot not to do a sequel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, like, because even though I wouldn't have nominated Black Panther for Best Picture, I'm at least glad that a comic book superhero movie did get nominated for Best Picture, and it was a good one. I'm at least glad of that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, Black Panther broke a lot of new ground.
it was.
It was one of the first all black superhero movies, and honestly, for everything that it did, you were right. Disney would have to be dum dums, big glue eating dum dums, not to make a Black Panther 2.
Yes, blue eating dum dums. That's our thing for today. So, yeah. The next one, I don't know if you saw the image. Maybe you saw the image, but apparently we've gotten a little bit more information about this Cruella DeVille movie starring Emma Stone. Did you ever see that picture?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and apparently they said it's got a '70s punk edge to it. Like, this is fascinating because I never saw the original 101 Dalmatians. I saw the live action remake, and all I will say is that Glenn Close. I mean, I don't remember that much about the movie, but I do remember Glenn Close being amazing as Cruella DeVille and how insane she was. But when they announced that Emma Stone was going to be the new Cruella DeVille, I got excited for that. And this is not what I thought they were going to do with Cruella DeVille, but I'm interested. What do you think?
Honestly, yeah, I gotta say that the one reaction that it had from me is as far as seeing the picture and like what they plan to do with it. I am interested. I really can't say more than that because like I have seen 101 Dalmatians. I loved it, and but I don't know. Like, there's not a lot that you can really gleam between the two movies to connect them. But I am interested to see what Disney's going to bring to the table with this sort of reimagining of Cruella DeVille, and I am excited to have Emma Stone do it. I really do like Emma Stone. I loved her in Zombieland. I love other stuff too. I think that as far as casting goes,
Yeah, like she won an Oscar for La La Land.
yeah, dude, La La Land was incredible.
Yeah, and although I will say, I think in this picture she has 3 Dalmatians, which kind of makes me a little bit worried for them. So, yeah,
Yeah,
like that's oh poor doggos. But
poor puppers.
yeah, so there is that. I am looking forward to Cruella. Apparently they said this is gonna come out. I think 2021. I think, and so yeah, I am looking forward to this. This does look pretty cool. Now, to whenever anyone says Disney doesn't do anything original anymore, I kind of shove that off because you know, like Disney still does a lot of original stuff. You know, they did Coco. They're gonna be doing some original stuff for Disney Plus, and also, they've literally just announced a lot of original movies. Which one of them is something that I've never heard of, but it's called Raya and the Last Dragon. And the premise is basically in a land called Kumandra, split into 5 different regions, a warrior named Raya searches for the last dragon in the world. This sounds pretty interesting, and apparently this one person named Cassie Steele is playing Raya, and Aquafina is playing Sisu, a water dragon. And apparently she's like the last dragon left and can transform into a human form. What are your thoughts on what we're hearing from Raya and the Last Dragon?
I'm pretty pumped for it. I will say this. I'm excited to see something original from Disney coming to the big screen because, like I said, I'm not one of the people that says, oh, Disney doesn't do anything original anymore. But I will say that most of the last big Disney releases have not been original Disney stuff. Like since what was Cuba on the last Two Strings, the last like original Disney picture?
No, that was not Disney. That was Leica.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm excited about it, and I really do like the lineup that they have going for it, especially Aquafina. I think she's a really great actress and voice actress, so I think that's a good choice. But I don't know.
This,
Um, I'll have to see what they do with it, but I'm excited.
yeah, I really do want to know know more about this because like this world already kind of sounds fascinating. Um, I mean, and apparently it's coming out November of next year, actually almost around Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. I do want to see where it goes. And probably the last thing they talked about on D23, also regarding Disney animation, is Disney and Pixar's Soul. Where let me look this up here for a second. All right, they did talk about a few things for Onward, but it wasn't a whole lot that we didn't already know about. But basically, here's the premise of Disney Pixar's Soul, which is coming out June of next year. Joe Garner, played by Jamie Foxx, is a middle school music teacher who has long dreamed with performing jazz music on stage and finally gets a chance after impressing other jazz musicians during an open practice at the Half Note Club. However, an accident causes Garner's soul to be separated from his body and transported into the U Seminar, a center in which souls develop and gain passions before being transported into a newborn child. Garner must work with souls in training, such as 22, played by Tina Fey, a soul with a dim view on life after being trapped for years at the U Seminar, in order to return to Earth. Wow. Looks like Pixar is, like, as if Pixar couldn't get sad enough already, Pixar's gonna be, talking about what happens after death.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a big thing to tackle for not just Pixar, but like anybody doing stuff like that, you know. But I don't know. You are right. If Pixar couldn't get any more sad, they're gonna try and tackle like what happens to us after death. Is there a life after death? Who knows? But I really think that it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, like this.
See what they're able to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, like, because like one of my biggest fears is that I have no idea what comes after death. Because like we can never know for sure.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
And it's like because like that's what scares me the most. And seeing as how Disney Pixar's gonna be tackling death in this, like that's, I mean, because again, if you watch a lot of Pixar's movies, I mean, they won't shy away from death, but this, like, it's literally the whole premise. Like that's apparently it's being directed by Pete Docter, the same guy who directed, I think he directed he was one of the directors of Monsters Inc. and he also directed Inside Out, and he also directed Up, which
those are all amazing movies. I love all of those movies.
Yeah, and this already sounds amazing. Apparently, the music is going to be done by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Like, you know who those two are?
No.
They're the guys who did the music for The Social Network and Gone Girl.
Okay. I did see The Social Network. That was pretty good.
Yeah, like, again, this is, really, like, out of the Disney animated stuff they were talking about in D23, because again, they were talking about Frozen 2, which does look really cool. What is it? Onward, I'm not looking forward to, but I'll probably see it anyway. Because, I do review movies. Ride and the Last Dragon sounds really cool, but I'm really fascinated by what they're going to do with Soul. Because this is tapping into territory that Pixar is not unfamiliar with, but literally death and what comes after it being the entire topic and like the whole subject matter is really, really intriguing in my opinion. And the cast looks really good. Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Questlove, Felicia Rashad, I think, and Daveed Diggs. They're all going to be in this movie. So, yeah, that's, I think this is really interesting. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that about does it for this installment of the Hannahcast, guys. I told you this was going to be a big, episode. Once again, I'm going to remind you that there's of my Patreon account, because if you want to support me on Patreon, because it not only will help me in the future and whatnot, because even though it's very unlikely, I would love to make a living out of this one day. And as I said before, there's a few tiers. $1 per month, you can have your name in my videos, as you saw in the beginning of the video. $5 gets you that and the audio-only version of the Hannahcast, if you want to, work out while listening to the Hannahcast or whatever. And you also have the Hannahcast after show if you get if you do $15 a month, and if you do that, you also get the Hannahcast audio only and your name in my videos. But the Hannahcast after show, which is maybe we're gonna be recording right after this, it's just gonna be me and Raphael talking about random shit. And if we end up getting political in the after show, don't blame us. Like it's kind of a given. If I'm not saying we are going to be talking about politics, but it could. There's always a possibility. It's just random shit, whatever comes into our heads. So thank you, Raphael, for doing the Hannahcast with me.
No, thanks for having me. This is a pretty good episode. I liked doing these long ones, but yeah, it was fun.
This is probably my favorite one that we've recorded, because people really get to see the energy that we have and whatnot. So yeah, guys, what do you think of all these topics during this week's Hannahcast? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like. Share the video so that we can get the channel circulated. Don't forget to support my Patreon on my Patreon account. Or if you can't do that, then consider supporting me through my PayPal donation button in the description below. And if you want to see more, bye.